Imagine walking or maybe riding a horse or wagon for the last few weeks and hundreds of miles while only seeing flat land all around you. Your days are full of heat, dust, work, and always moving. Your nights are still hot, more work, and caring for all the animals that allow you to move, along with protecting yourself, the others in your group, and the animals. Then one day you top a small rise and see this. The huge American flag, depending on the year, had at least 27 stars on it. The pace would pick up a little. Then once in the fort itself, probably a great relief would come over everyone. Safety, rest, care, and supplies were all available. But how in the world did this huge building end up in the middle of nowhere, hundreds of miles from just about everything? That is the story of Bent's Fort. William Becknell took $30,000 worth of trade goods 900 miles from Missouri to Santa Fe, Mexico in 1821. He returned with over $140,000 worth of money in furs months later. That set up almost 60 years of traders going back and forth on what became known as the Santa Fe Trail with wagon trains. See my Santa Fe Trail video for more details on it. The Bent brothers, Charles and William, and their St. Louis partner, Suran St. Vrain, decided to make money on the trail by building what we would call a rest stop. William Bent had been a fur trapper all over the West, knew business, mountain men, and was able to deal with the many Indian tribes on the plains. He was convinced a trading post on the Santa Fe Trail would make money. So in 1831, he started building one out of adobe on the north bank of the Arkansas River, which was in the United States, while the south bank was Mexico. It became the only permanent structure for hundreds of miles in any direction. Bent's Fort was huge. I was shocked at its size while driving up to it in a truck on a paved road a few miles east of the railroad founded town of La Junta, Colorado. I can only imagine what a trader walking or riding a horse must have thought after hundreds of miles of nothingness, or any member of the local tribes. Bent's trading post was built as a fort, or stockade. Solid walls in a trapezoid shape with rooms, workspaces, storage, and stores, along with a courtyard on the inside and middle. Easily defended on top of the walls, it really was a fort. So much of a fort, and such a good strategic position, that when the United States and Mexico went to war with each other, the United States took over the fort and used it as a base for operations against Mexican forces in Santa Fe in 1848. By the time hostilities were over, the fort was in terrible shape. William Bent showed up, realized it was a wasted effort to fix it, and blew up some or most of the fort in 1849. He built a new fort about 50 miles to the east. Bent's old fort remained abandoned and picked over until it was made a National Historic Site by Congress in 1960. The National Park Service completed construction of the current version in 1976.